Good morning, guys. I'm your CL Rola, your digital marketer and virtual assistant coach. So, today we will be discussing about Google Ads account and suspension. So, kung ikaw ay isang taong nasuspend na yung Google Ads account or nasuspend yung Google Ads account ng iyong client at hindi mo alam yung gagawin, then you're not alone. This video is for you. So we will be discussing different types of suspension. Bakit nga ba nasususpend ang isang Google Ad account? Ano yung pwedeng gawin? Gaano katagal it'll take para yung appeal mo ay magkaroon ng sagot at ma-reactivate ang iyong account. So kung hindi mo naman sure kung bakit nasuspend ka at alam mo wala kang na-violate, then yeah, this is for you. We will be discussing all of those plus bonus tip. Share ko sa iyo na ang pag-a-appeal sa isang suspended account is another job na pwede mong gawin as a freelancer or as a VA. So yes, let's dive into the video. So, thank you guys. If you're still here, that actually means you're interested. And yeah, didiscuss natin ngayon ang different types of Google AdSense special. Kasi ang dami-dami ko guys nakikita at nagtatanong, especially sa mga Facebook groups. Let's say may mga businesses sila, nagtatanong sila bakit daw nasuspend yung account nila. And guys, pag nasuspend yung account mo, it's very difficult for you to create another account without really working on that. Kasi unang-una, nandun na yung business mo eh. So, nandun na yung traffic mo and also, ang hirap-hirap niya na. Plus, nandun na rin yung data ng mga campaigns mo kung meron ka. So, yeah, let's dive into the video. Okay, so we do have two parts of the videos that we have. Pero of course, upload natin siya as one whole video. So first, we'll navigate through Google AdSense suspension. So, syempre, para malaman natin kung ba't ka na-suspend, we have to understand first the common reasons for Google Ads account and campaign suspension. Kasi crucial siya kung Google Ads manager ka or advertiser ka. Kasi kung hindi mo alam yung policies ni Google, then technically, kawawa naman yung client mo. So for this, we do have two different kinds of suspension basically. The first is account suspension. So pag sinabi nating account suspension, ito mismo yung account mo. You can't run ads, you can't edit ads. Technically, yung account mo suspended talaga. Kumbaga sa bank assets, yung pera mo sa bangko, naka-frozen. Okay? So, hindi mo talaga siya magagalaw. And the second type of suspension is ads suspension. So, yung account mo, yung Google Ads account mo, active pa rin siya. Then let's say you have two or three ads there or campaigns. Tapos yung isang campaign doon is suspended or na-disapprove yung ads. Then yung part lang ng ads na yon yung suspended, hindi yung buong accounts mo. So, yun yung two different types of suspension that we have. So, let's go through the first type of suspension that we have, which is called circumventing policy or cloaking. Ano bang ibig sabihin nito? So, this means displaying different content to Google's reviewers versus what users actually see. So, for example, pag gumagawa ka ng ads, if you're Google Ads Manager, it is very important na ilalagay mo yung, let's say, correct landing page there. If you are, let's say, advertising for a patio screen or let's say, yung nagpuputol ng puno, pag nag-ads ka ng gano'n, yung nagpuputol ng puno, dapat kung ano yung laman ng ads mo, is pag pumunta sila sa website mo, yun din yung laman ng website mo. Pero, kung ang laman ng website mo is, let's say, um, tree planting, tapos yung iba doon is parang furnitures, yung mga ganon, gumagawa ka ng furnitures or repair ng furnitures from wood, technically, cloaking po siya. Kasi yung ads mo is sa pagpaputol ng puno. Meron po tayong tawag dyan eh. Yung business yun is parang aborigines. I'm not sure of the specific word, pero yon ginagawa po siya and business po siya sa ibang bansa, especially kung yung, let's say, neighborhood nyo is may mga puno na talagang malaki na siya at hindi na po talaga siya safe kasi baka magkaroon ng bagyo or matumba. So, ano yung nagiging cause ng abuse? So, hindi clean yung content sa Google. Again, iba yung content sa ads at iba rin yung sa landing page. Second, iba yung landing page. And this happens a lot. Um, alam mo yung pumunta ka sa, nagbasa ka ng novel, nagpunta ka sa Facebook, tapos bigla ka na lang may makikita doon na let's say sa Shopee, tapos pag clinic mo siya, tapos napupunta siya sa let's say porn sites, yung mga ganon. Iba yung landing page niya, that's technically cloaking. Tapos, ayaw na ayaw din ng Google yung nag-hide ka ng prohibited content. Ayaw ni Google, mahirap or at least I would say mahigpit si Google when it comes to um, health-related, especially yung mga medicine. Actually, may mga prohibited words siya there like drugs, mental illness, something like that. Lalo pa about gambling and adult, meaning ito yung mga porn sites. So, kapag may ganito ka, pinagawa ka ni client na tungkol sa pagpuputol ng puno, tapos pagpunta nila sa website is, let's say, about gambling siya, something like that, then there's a big chance na masuspend talaga yung account mo for cloaking or circumventing policy. So, yun po yung circumventing policy. Next, unacceptable business practices. So, for unacceptable business practices, this policy prohibits misleading users or engaging in dishonest behaviors that harms the users or the advertising ecosystem. So, pag nag-promote ka po ng fake tech support or recovery services, or selling an authorized product or subscription, which is nakikita nyo yon yung nagbibenta sa Facebook and sa internet na 49 pesos daw for unlimited CapCut or an unlimited kung ano mang editing features, Canva. Unacceptable business practice po siya. And pag ikaw yung advertisers, technically you're causing harm sa mga users. And I believe I'm one of those. When I was starting, bumili ako ng lifetime Canva for 99 pesos. I didn't really know. I'm not even sure what Canva is that time. Bumili ako sa kanya. I was able to use it for like 2 or 3 months. After 3 months, parang sa sobrang daming user na namin doon. Kasi makikita mo sa user or team sa Canva kung ilan na kayo na ano po siya, na-suspend po yung account na yun. The problem is, hindi lang naman po na-suspend yung account ng may-ari ng Canva, pati po yung mga email addresses ng mga users na gumagamit. So, pati po yung email address ko, hindi ko na po siya magamit again to sign up for another Canva, even though I created like tickets na ganito, ganito. Kasi technically user din. So, if you would say it technically is harming the users. Um, Third, impersonating legitimate companies like banks or government agencies. Ito po yung mga businesses na nagkaiba lang sa dulo yung letter. Pag pinindot mo, akala mo government agents siya, then papupunta siya sa ibang website, then that's an acceptable business practice and pwede po masuspend yung Google Ads account na nag-create yun. So you have to be careful. Fourth is offering too good to be true financial or health promises. So, just like what I said kanina, mahigpit si Google when it comes to health and financial. If you've done Meta ads as well, actually sa Meta, meron dong option kung nandun yung advertising na gagawin mo is related to financial or related to health kasi automatic kailangan may consent form kang ipipirmahan. Sa Google po, wala naman. The thing though is, pag too good to be true, yung for example, um, I was revitalized and my cancer was healed in 3 days using this medicine. Yung mga ganun po siya, yung parang, kasi may mga taong pag nakapanood nun, kakapit po talaga sila sa patalim. And kasi health-related siya. And that's something na unacceptable business practice as per Google. So third on our policy spotlight, and this is one of the most causes ng suspended account, is suspicious payment activity. So bakit po ba siya nagkakaroon ng gano'n? So if you have worked in an agency na nag-handle ng multiple accounts, you will actually know na sa mga agency na 'to, sila yung tumutulong gumawa ng Google Ads account ng business owner, instead na si business owner. Tapos sila din yung gumagawa ng warm-up campaigns at sila din yung naglalagay ng credit card information sa mga Google Ads account na 'to. Mostly, it will they will put, let's say, $5 or $10 para lang magkaroon ng budget tapos ma-run yung ads to warm it up. When we say warm it up, para magkaroon ng numbers yung Google Ads account bago talaga nila pasukan ng malaking budget to create Google Ads services. But the problem is, dito pumpasok yung suspicious payment activity. Most often than not, hindi po, let's say for example, yung first charge kay customer, let's say after 5 days, hindi siya pumasok either dahil may sira yung credit card or paulit-ulit yung charge pero hindi pumapasok, or for example, walang laman at hindi nalagyan ni advertiser or ni Google Ads Manager ng budget yung account. And that really happens. If that happens, pwede po masuspend yung account niyo for suspicious payment activity. So just like it says in here, the first thing that can cause this is unusual activity. Pag unverified payment methods, inconsistent siya sa account history, then yun po yun. Unauthorized use. So for example, credit card, since it's an agency, they would normally have a lot of credit cards that they can use. Pero minsan yung iba kasi doon, pag hindi na label na nagamit na sa iba, then you put it there, then that can cause an authorized use label, then pwedeng masuspend yung account mo. Then third is credit exploitation. So creating multiple accounts for promotional credits. This also happens if agency siya kasi they're the one who normally creates multiple accounts. And fourth is billing irregularities. So ito yung mga biglaang sign in ng ibang tao sa ibang location kasi nga i-check nila yung Google Ads account. For example, eto po siya. Pero sa tatlong binanggit kong policy spotlight issues, suspicious payment activity is one of the easiest to appeal on and fix. And I'll show you later, of course. So, fourth suspicious or fourth policy na nagiging cause ng um, suspension ng iyong account is multiple account abuse. So this policy targets advertisers who create or use multiple Google Ads account to circumvent policy, avoid suspension, or gain unfair advantage. So this includes evading suspension, opening new accounts, bypassing limit, running the same disapproved ads. Um, when you create your own Google Ads account, you normally require a Gmail account. So, for example, my Gmail account is Shiel Rola. So, if I create a Google Ads account under Shiel Rola, that is my main Google Ads account. But we have something we call MCC. Okay, so MCC is Merchant Account Center. So, if you have an MCC, this actually meant this is my account, Google Ads at Shia Rola. Then I can create multiple ads account under that. When we say ad account, I can have as many as 10, it can even be as 50 accounts under one email address only. Tapos pwede ko na lang siyang lagyan ng CL1, CL2, CL3, CL4, and so on. So, pag ginawa ko to, and I am an agency, every ad account, I can use it for a different company. So this is happening mostly sa agencies lang kasi nga they would handle multiple accounts. So sa CL Rola, for example, I use one account for the yung pagtotroso. Then I handle the CL2 for patio screen. So by doing this, hindi ko na kailangan mag-create ng another Google Ad account each. Yun na lang yung gagawin ko. Okay? So, this is the reason why nagkakaroon tayo ng multiple account abuse. Kasi, if CL roll the one, gets suspended for, let's say, for example, cloaking. Kasi mali yung landing page niya. Tapos hindi ko siya ma-appeal. Then I would use, let's say, Shield to do the same account. Pero by this time, um, gagandahan ko ng konti yung headlines, gagandahan ko ng konti yung description. So technically, I'm just doing the same. Iba pa rin yung landing page ko. Pero what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to evade yung policy na naging cause ng suspension ng CL1, which is one of the reasons why we have multiple accounts in the abuse. And you can just like think about na parang CL50 yung causes niya. So, this is the same as bypassing the limits. You're using the same disapproved ads. And question, bakit pa kailangan nilang gamitin yung same disapproved ads? Because yung client is yung business niya. Let's say, for example, ang business niya is casino. If ang business ni customer is casino, so as we know, casino and gambling is really not allowed by Google, pero allowed siya sa ibang country. So, if na hit ako nito sa isang country na hindi, then I would use a different ad account. And sometimes kasi it would take time para ma-suspend na naman yung another account na yun. So, this is the reason why we have the multiple account abuse bypassing limits. And it's also the same when it comes to shared resources. Iisa yung email address ng 50 ad accounts ko. Tapos related siya sa different website, let's say 50 website. Pero ako ba sa CL Rolla ba, malaki ba yung business ko to encompass 50 companies? So this is the reason why nagkakaroon multiple account abuse. And this is one of the hardest type of policy to fix. So another policy spotlight that we have is suspicious activity. So for suspicious activity, we do have four here. So we have the unusual login, the bulk uploads, the campaign spikes, as well as the automated tools. So first, let's go with unusual logins. So normally, when you're accessing your Google Ads account, you have to access it from your computer. Then si Google kasi natatrack nila yung IP addresses na yun. So the moment na, let's say, you've been accessing it, let's say, sa Philippines, tapos biglang na-access siya or na-check ni Google na lumabas siya, for example, sa, let's say, ibang country. And it's like happening on an hour na you don't normally access your Google account, then it can actually cause that. So you have to make sure na if you have a client and they are in a different country, always use a VPN or always use one device lang kung ano talagang ginagamit mo the first time na you access the Google Ads account so that hindi siya magkaroon ng suspicious activity for the logins. For the campaign spikes, this is actually something that always happen, lalo pag mga bago kang Google Ads Manager pa lang yung gumagawa ng campaign. So, for example, I have a campaign, tapos, let's say, I have a budget of $30 per day. Sa $30 na yon, na-spend siya, for example, and nagkaroon agad na malaking conversion after 7 days. Tapos sasabihin ng client sa'yo na, uy, ang ganda ng ads natin. Let's add more budget. You can't make $30 per day and put, let's say, 1,000 or $2,000 per day right away. Kasi ang laki niyang budget spike. Pag nagkaroon kasi ng ganun, magkakaroon ka ng sobrang daming let's say, conversions and as well as impression in clicks. So parang sasabihin ni Google, in 7 days, this ad is getting, let's say, 1,000 clicks. Tapos, on the sixth day, from 1,000, you, let's say, get 100,000 clicks. So parang kang biglang ganun nun. So, i-check agad nila, ano ba nangyari? And aside from increasing the budget, it also includes decreasing the budget. So for example, walang budget si customer mo or let's say yung sa aborigines, yung pagpuputol ng puno, they have, let's say, enough clients na na-generate ng ads mo for them to take care for like the next month. So sabi ni client mo, stop ko muna yung ads kasi meron akong client na nakaschedule in like a whole next 2 months. Pag nag-ads tayo, baka mawalan din sila ng gana if we like assist them on the third month already. So you can't just, let's say, from $500 per day, tapos bigla mo siyang gagawing $5 per day para lang, let's say, active yung ads mo, pero hindi na masyadong masushow sa iba. No, kasi magkakaroon siya dahil sa drastic change ng budget, magkakaroon ka rin ng drastic change sa, let's say, sa bidding strategy, then there's a possibility masuspend yung account mo for suspicious activity under campaign spikes. So, because it's unusual ad behaviors. Yung mga ganun. So, third is the bulk uploads. Mass uploading and numerous similar ads, especially those previously disapproved. Excuse me. So, let's say, for example, law firm ka, tapos yung law firm mo is nagpa-generate sila ng, let's say, ads to help generate leads. Eh, gumawa ka ng ads at sabi nila, no, you do A/B testing. I want 10 ads at once. Okay lang naman gumawa ka ng, let's say, one campaign with 10 ad groups. Pero you have to remember, when you're creating a campaign, and you have ad groups, normally every ad group should target a different part of the business. Either it's the services, or it's the let's say, the results that they're providing, or the reviews that they're getting. Pero let's say, for example, so 10 ad groups, it's all the same. Iniba-iba mo lang yung keyword. Pero yung campaign mo is pare-parehas. Iniba mo lang, let's say, yung logo. Then, in-upload mo siya ng sabay-sabay. Then there's a possibility na magkaroon ng suspension sa account mo because of bulk uploads. Kasi, again, one ad can be disapproved, and I'll show you the types of suspension ad level. Then possible na ma-disapprove din yung iba. And that is considered a suspicious activity. Fourth, yung sa automated tools. Sino ba naman dito yung hindi gumagamit ng automated tools? Kasi technically, nakakatulong naman talaga siya. Pero guys, you have to remember, using automated tools is very, very, um, is something that can cause suspicious activities. So, for example, if you have a tool, let's say Octo Browser, or you have, what's the other one? Another browser that you can access a lot of accounts, third-party tools or scripts, para mga bots, then okay lang naman siya, nakakatulong siya. The problem though is that automation can bypass manual review system ni Google. So, especially yung keyword stuffing, this happens a lot kapag meron kang automation. So, let's say, meron kang 10 keywords sa isang ad groups mo, tapos yung 10 keywords yon is almost the same. For example, patio screen near me, then patio screen near Hamilton, patio screen near ganito. Yung parang mga ganon. Halos pare-pareha siya. Tapos ang problema, nilagyan pa siya ibang ad groups. Yung tawag doon is keyword stuffing. Yung parang pinuno mo na yung headline mo ng keywords na dapat yung headline would be like, we can give you 30% off, yung mga ganito. Pero nangyari doon, we can give you patio screen near me, patio screen, yung mga ganon. So you have to be careful about this kasi suspicious activity is something that you can actually appeal directly kay Google Ads. It's one of the appeals din na pwede mong ma-fix agad. Pero you don't wanna have a suspension on your account kasi the moment nagkaroon ka ng suspension, that would affect your history as well as your Google Ads account data. So last but not the least, for our policy spotlight is circumventing systems policies. If you remember, yung kanina meron tayong tinatawag na circumventing policy, cloaking. So cloaking is just one of the policy for circumventing issues. So mas broad kasi yung super broad kasi na sinasabi nating circumventing policy. So here we do have four different types of circumventing policy, and this is the most appeals or suspensions that we're getting, especially when I work with ads appeals. So the first is redirect chains. This is using multiple redirects or cloak URLs to obscure the true landing page. So parang pag clinic mo yung ad, mapupunta siya sa isang ad, tapos maglo-load na naman siya, tapos maglo-load siya ulit, papunta talaga siya sa other ads na minsan is hindi talaga ina-allow ni Google. So, this is something na I experienced kasi pag nanonood ako or babasa ako ng novel, I'm not sure if web novel fans kayo dyan. So, yung mga sa fans, so yun. Sa web novel kasi, meron silang binibigay na free credits free to watch or read a novel for free. Pag click mo yon, it will show you an ad made by Google. The problem is, pag click mo na yung X, kasi tapos na, what happens is that magja-jump na naman siya sa another ad or another platform, let's say Shopee. Then pag napunta na sa Shopee, maglo-load na naman siya, tapos papunta na siya sa mga casino types of ads. Ito yung redirect chain. So parang ang dami niyang pinupuntahan. And this is something na hindi gusto ni Google. Second, dynamic content swapping. So, yung mga Google Ads Manager natin, we are able to do optimization every 7 days kapag tapos na yung learning part ni Google. Pero it doesn't mean na magsaswap ka ng content. So, automatically changing ad content after initial approval. So, if you are a Google Ads Manager, alam mo na pag gumawa ka ng ad, once you publish that, it is basically for approval by Google. Ang nangyayari is that naglagay ka ng campaign for, let's say, patio screen or type of service, naglalagay ng screen sa bahay. Tapos nung na-approve na after 24 to 48 hours, the moment it got approved, inedit mo siya, nilagay mo for casino. Then, kasi hindi na yun ulit i-review ni Google Manual Review eh. Ang mangyayari na lang doon is that it will take 3 to 7 days for Google to learn the algorithm ng ads mo. Kung kanino siya ipapakita, yung kung anong audience yung target mo, yung location target mo, dun siya. The problem is, iba na yung laman ng content or ng ad. And sometimes, prohibited material yung pinapalit natin. Let's say casino or healthcare aspect or financial aspect, which is dapat hindi. So that's one of the reasons why naman suspend yung AO. The third is persistent resubmission. So kapag madami na yung na-disapprove sa'yo, you are allowed to create an appeal. And after this, I will access an account to show you how I do my appeals. Okay? Pero, pag nag-appeal ka kasi, hindi naman ibig sabihin ma-reactivate agad yung account mo. You have to explain exactly bakit na suspend ka, bakit gumagawa ka ng appeal, at bakit i-approve nila yung appeal mo. Ngayon, nag-appeal ka, tapos na-resolve, pero ginawa mo na naman yung isa sa mga bawal, then masususpend na naman siya. So, technically, yung cycle niyo paulit-ulit na. In fact, I have an experience kung saan may isa akong suspended Google Ads account. Nag-a-appeal ako doon every 3 days. Kasi every time na nag-a-appeal ako, hindi talaga siya nare-resolve. Nag-a-appeal ako, tapos it took me parang 7 times. So, 21 days. So, it's almost a month para ma-reactivate yung account ko. Ang naging reason lang na reactivate siya is because I was able to really identify ano yung naging cause ng appeal or ng suspension. Kaya na-appeal ko siya na maayos. So, pero if you keep on submitting a disapprove account for appeal, tapos gagawin mo din agad, then disapprove din, masususpend ka rin. The fourth is content obfuscation. So, employing scripts or techniques to load different content for Google Scroller than for users. Again, when you create an ad, si Google ina-accept at minamanual review yan. Meron silang tinatawag ng Google Scrollers. Ito yung mga nagko-crawl ng website mo, nagko-crawl ng ads mo, para maipakita talaga na yung ads mo sa tamang tao. Ito, mga robots na to, nasa background. Ngayon, kapag nag-employ ka kasi ng scripts, yung katulad ng sinabi natin kanina about automation tool or automated tools, then again, it's part of circumventing system policy suspension na makikita sa iyo. Kasi if you're creating an ad, as much as possible, you have to craft your ad that is going to speak directly to your clients. And you have to make sure na ginagamit nila is yung services mismo na ino-offer ng business. So, yun guys yung uh, 7 types of policy na nagka-cause ng suspension sa iyong Google Ads. So next, i-discuss natin ngayon, papakita ko sa inyo kung paano tayo mag-appeal para ma-unsuspend yung ating account. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen. So this is an active Google Ads account. So hindi nyo na there's no need for you to see kung kanino ads account to kasi it's not allowed. Pero if you would notice, para malaman mo na suspended ang isang Google Ads account, may nakalagay yan dito. Ito. Your account is suspended. Tapos, yung reason for circumventing systems cloaking policy. So, this is an account na ginawa na natin ng appeals before, pero na-reject siya. So, again, when we say circumventing policy cloaking, ano nga ulit yun? Cloaking is for you to cloak a different type of um, data, iba yung ads na ginawa mo versus dun sa nakita ni user pagpunta nila sa website ng ads. So, nandito siya. If you scroll down a little bit, actually nandito siya yung campaign diagnostic. Meron siya ditong account na suspended. Meron din siya ditong um, 1 out of 1 ad is disapproved. So, let's check the details. If we check the details, you would see here, account is suspended, tapos ipapakita yun dito. Ngayon, if you wanted to know the suspension is for, just click on the account. So, nakalagay dito, your account is currently suspended and cannot run any ads or create new content for circumventing policy. Ngayon, aside from this, you have an option here to click on learn more about account suspension. Pag pinindot mo to, mapupunta ka technically sa page ni Google that would tell you the different policy ni Google. So if you're not a person who knows a lot about the policy, pero let's say Google Ads Manager ka na, then you have to really read through this kasi you have to have an idea kung bakit nasususpend account. Bakit? Let me see. Kasi, guys, yung Google Ads account, it's being used for marketing. Ang pinaka ayaw mo mangyari as a Google Ads manager is to craft an ad na magiging cause para ma-suspend yung account ng client mo. Pag na-suspend yung account ng client mo, technically, they will not be able to advertise unless gumawa sila ng another ads account or organic. So from there, they are going to miss a lot. Tapos, paano pa kung binabayaran kanila kung hindi ka naman makakapag-create ng ads or optimization? So you really have to be careful. So next is, let's click on this ad. Sa ads na to, if you press it in here, ito yung reason kung bakit na-suspend siya. This is ad level suspension. So, tatlo yung naging reason kung bakit siya na-suspend. First is circumventing policy, which is the cloaking. Second is online non-casino games. And the third is compromise site. So, we have a lot of reasons kung bakit masususpend ang iyong ad account. Okay? So, in this case, nasuspend siya kasi yung business ng account na to is for casino, which is online gambling. Again, guys, online gambling is okay sa ibang bansa. However, if binigay siya or ginawa mo siyang ads tapos hindi siya okay sa ibang bansa, then klinok mo yung reason ng actual ads mo, nilagay mo is let's say for digital marketing or let's say you're an SEO business that helps, let's say, casino, etc. Technically, cloaking yun. Kasi hindi naman talaga yun yung totoong reason kung bakit ka nag-create ng Google Ads account. And this is the reason why ito yung reasons kung bakit nas-disapprove. Another is compromise site. If yung website mo is na-compromise, then automatic masususpend yung account mo. Kasi remember guys, when you're creating and crafting yung Google Ads, may URL doon para pumunta sila. Yung parang landing page kung saan pupunta si customer the moment na clinic nila yung ads. Now, if the ad na they click, tapos pagpunta nila 404 yon, then first na mangyayari is it will affect your ad ranking, at the same time yung rank and quality score. Kasi again, yung relevance. You know those guys about the Google Ads when you craft your ads. So, pag compromise yung site, automatic, one of the jobs that Google Ad Manager do is make sure na hindi ka rin magkakaganto. Kasi bakit ka mag-create ng ads sa maling website? Okay? So, other than these three, there are other reasons para nag-disapprove yung ads level. First is disapprove the image. For example, yung quality ng picture mo is hindi ganun kaganda. Kasi when you are going to put a picture, hindi siya pwede po na crafted. Let's say, isang buong picture siya tapos kinat lang kasi gusto mo lang ipalagay is ikaw lang instead of dalawa kayo nasa picture, or grupo kayo tapos ito lang talaga yung ina-ads mo. Hindi pwede po yun. You can review the dimension as well as the image type na pwede mong ilagay sa ads. And this is something na will really help, especially if creating an ad for service-based. Kasi sa service-based, gusto mong maipakita, let's say, yung kitchen repair kayo, painting house service kayo, pakita mo yung mga nagawa nyo na doon mismo sa ad. So, may mga picture. So, pag na-disapprove yung image nyo, it's only ad level. Hindi naman masuspend yung actual account mo. Pero if hindi mo siya na-fix, that can go to ad to a account level suspension. Second is, kung may logo yung business nyo, um, misleading yung logo nyo. For example, hindi siya pasok sa branding guidelines. So, ano ba yung mga hindi pasok sa branding guidelines? So, let's say yung logo mo is um, item lang siya. Wala siyang ano. Bawal kasi guys yung may pangalan sa logo. Let's say for example, Starbucks. Yung logo na gagamitin mo sa ads, hindi pwede yung logo ng Starbucks na sa baba may Starbucks. It should be logo only. Dapat walang words. Kaya siya tinawag na logo. Clickbait headlines, destination URL issues, ito yung mga discuss natin kanina. Tapos yung mga ad relevance ng ad mo is pangit. Then nagko-cause din siya ng ad level disapproval. Then that can cause account level suspension kapag hindi mo na-fix. So ngayon, ipakita natin kung paano natin siya i-appeal. Okay, so ipakita natin kung paano tayo mag-appeal. So kung mag-a-appeal ka, nakikita mo naman yun dito sa taas, itong your account is suspended. You just have to click on the contact us. Pag clinic mo yung contact us, just wait for this box. Tapos, nandito naman siya, ipapakita, why is my account suspended for cloaking? Let me move myself from there. So, pag nandito, if you would see this, kung nakapag-appeal ka na. Pero guys, you have to take time. You can read this. Ito yung reasons ng cloaking. Cloaking isn't allowed under circumventing systems policy. Tapos meron ditong examples kung bakit siya na-suspend and what you can do. Tapos, my best practices, which is something na you will actually you can use and will help you. They even give, or Google even gave out tips for submitting your appeal. So let's create appeal. So when you're creating an appeal, you just have to click submit. So sa account details, the first thing that you have to do is check what changes have you made to your account. Again, since this is the second time that we are sending an appeal, you can just basically mention, I made changes that is compliant with Google. So this is just an example, pero I would suggest for you to really be thorough with what you wanted to say in here. Kasi si Google, ano nini, mag-review sila ng the second time. They wanted na pag nag-review sila, then dapat pasok talaga siya. At talagang ginawa naman yung reason kung bakit kanila i-up. Is there any other info that wasn't included in the last appeal? Yes. Lagay mo dito. This time, let's say na, the disapproved to because of compromise site, right? This time, the website was checked and fixed and is now working. It is ready for users to check and check. So, next na natin siya. Pag na-next na natin siya, huwag na natin itong pansinin kasi matagal ko na kasi naka-open to. All you have to do is just click this. I confirm the information. I understand that the new campaign account creation will be suspended while my appeal is in review. And I understand that it will take at least 5 business days, a bit longer. So you always have to inform the business owner because of this. Click when you do that, you just have to click on submit. So right now, I can't click submit kasi I have to refresh the page kasi kanina pa siya sa akin naka-open. Pero once you click on submit, ganun lang yun guys. You're done basically with your appeals. And again, mabilis lang siya because this is the first time. Normally, kung ito yung, I mean, this is the second time. Normally, kung first time mong mag-appeal, it will ask you for um, your business name. It will ask you for when was the last time that you paid for the account, for example, yung location mo, how they can contact you. Is it via phone or email or just email? It will also ask you to provide informations like the type of business that you're using this account for, kung ano yung type ng business mo, tapos kung ano-ano pa. So, yung mga ganong questions, those are questions that can be answered naman as long as you talk to the business owner. You get the information from them. Tapos, be as detailed as possible when you're doing that. Hindi dahil check lang to ni Google, baka akalain mo hindi si Google yung gumagawa, baka akalain mo si parang automated lang. May automated siya, pero after that, nakikita rin kasi nila kung yung mga appeals mo is the same. Remember one of the circumventing policy that we did, yung paulit-ulit lang. Pag paulit-ulit lang, then what will happen, it's just gonna be the same thing. Suspend na naman siya or may-reject yung appeal mo. Just like this, nakalagay dito, cloaking policy was rejected. So meaning, kung rejected siya, it doesn't mean hindi ka na makakapag-appeal successfully. Kasi me, I was able to appeal almost 85% of the suspended accounts that I'm working with. 85% of that is my success rate. So, yun guys. All you have to do is identify bakit siya na-reject ulit. Baka may binanggit ka doon na hindi talaga siya tama. So, pag ganon, then you have to just redo that. So, but I just wanted to show this to you because this is how it would show to you kapag meron kang suspended account. So, yeah, that's basically it. Next, ipapakita ko sa yung bonus tip ko sa inyo. Bakit ba, as a Google Ads Manager, marunong ka dapat mag-appeal at alam mo dapat yung policy. So, you have to understand, guys, na pag Google Ads Manager ka lang, hindi ka lang dapat magaling mag-craft ng engaging headlines, ng hook campaigns, converting campaigns. Pero dapat may idea ka rin na ganito. Kasi you can also offer this on your job. At papakita ko sa sa'yo how. Okay, so inopen ko muna guys yung aking Upwork and online jobs kasi ito yung bonus tip ko sa inyo. If you are a freelancer at Google Ads account ka, ang dami na kasi ngayon competition when it comes to Google Ads Manager kasi ang dami-dami na rin courses na pwede mong aralin online. Pero wala halos nag-specialize or what we call niche specialization. So, meron tayong tinatawag na ganon. So Google Ads is yung niche, pero specialization, let's say, is appeals rather than ads manager. But you still have to know something about ads, of course. So sa Google, sa online jobs, meron sila tinatawag na ganito. Kasi I've looked for it just now. Meron silang tinatawag na um, Google AdSense Expert Appeal or Replace account. So this is an ad account na nagkaroon ng suspension because of invalid traffic. So invalid traffic is yung parang pangit yung traffic, either hindi siya talaga tunay na sa'yo, yung nakikiride ka lang and all. Pero mag-isa lang kasi siya sa online job. So I tried sa Upwork, and sa Upwork, ang dami. So this is what you will have to search. You just have to search Google suspension. You don't have to put entry or intermediate or expert level. All you have to do is put that, and imagine 2 days ago, meron nagpasa ng Google Review Removal Specialist request. This is for what we call Google Ads Reputation Management. Yung parang pangit yung review online. So this is one of the things that they can do. Pero yung sa actual Google Ads suspension, nandito siya. Ito. Google Ads account suspended. So need expert to reactivate. Imagine mo, there's only 5 to 10 proposals na sinend. Ang gusto niya is ma-lift yung suspension sa account niya kasi na-suspend na siya for misrepresentation. So remember, pag yung ads mo is about specific product, tapos pagpunta nila sa landing page mo is iba, that can cause you to be suspended for misrepresentation or iba yung landing page. At nag-offer sila ng $100 fixed price. So, pag $100, if it's just one account, okay lang yun. You don't really have to do much. Pero, syempre, if you want to do more, mas better. So, for example, ito, 10 hourly rate, $10 to $100. Expert, looking sila sa Google Ads account, suspension expert for cloaking policy. Ano ba again yung cloaking policy? Yung iba yung sinasabi sa ads versus dun sa website or may mga URLs na pinipindot. So, imaginein mo siya, $10 to $100 per hour. Siguro depende to sa expertise mo. And 10 to 15 people lang yung kailangan. Or 10 to 15 people lang yung nagbigay ng proposal, which is something that would work for you. Another thing is um, suspension, Google Profile Suspension Removal Expert. Ito, Google Ads Suspension Account. So, nasuspend yung account niya due to circumventing systems policy. Hindi daw niya alam kung ano yung naging cause, pero it may be because of the verification process. Guys, meron tayong tinatawag na when you create an ad account, meron doon tinatawag na ads verification. Normally, magbibigay ka doon ng passport mo or picture mo. Dapat kung ano yung nandun is the same as nasa ID para ma-verify yung Google Ads account. So, eto siya, suspension. Walang nakalagay kung magkano yung offer, pero technically yun siya. Then, meron din siyang Google My Business Reinstatement. So, and this is just on page 2. Mabagal yung internet ko. Let's see if we can see the page 3. Okay. Resolve suspended Google Ads account 6 days ago, pero wala pa rin kumukuha sa kanya. Ito, reinstatement of suspended Google Business Profile, Google My Business Suspension Recovery Expert, may budget na siyang $50. Guys, yung budget dito, you don't really have to think na ay, ang baba naman. Kasi when you do your discovery call naman, pag nagkausap kayo, then magkakaroon naman kayo ng usapan and you can definitely mention the price that you have to provide for the services na you're offering. Pero important is, super konti na nagbibigay ng proposal, so you will have more ways to really get the gig. So yun, meron pa siyang page 4. Sa page 4 actually, ito na yung matatagal na hindi na work on eh. Ito, fixing Google Ad account, negative Google content, kasi yan, negative Google content removal. So, kung Google Ads Manager ka, tapos sinerge mo Google Ads lang, if you would see, uh, ito yung Google Ads account. For promotion, madami rin talaga nagbibigay dito, 10 to 15. Pero again, you have to basically be a specialized dun sa niche para naman kahit papaano is ikaw lang talaga yung maging kompetensya mo. So, yun guys. That's definitely how I do my Google Ads appeals sa mga suspended accounts. So, madami yung agency na naghahanap ng Google Ads Manager na expert sa appeals. Pero you can also do a freelance kasi pag nagkaroon ka ng freelancing at least sarili mo yung time. And you can do it for as a fixed price or a monthly amount. Pero again, you have to realize kasi appeals is different from Google Ads campaign or search optimization and creation. Sa appeals, normally once or twice mo lang i-help si client kasi pag na-reactivate na yon, then most likely hindi na nila yun magagawa ulit unless ang ano naman nila para gawin nila ulit kasi magbabayad naman sila. So, by doing the appeals, perhaps you can pitch in your Google Ads services after para malaman nila kung kaya kong ma-reactivate yung account mo, then kaya kong i-make sure na hindi ka na masususpend ulit. So, at least para maghanap pa sila ng Google Ads Manager na gumawa ng reason kung ba't sila na-suspend. Ikaw na lang. So, yun na lang. Connect lang yun, guys. And this is definitely the reason why maganda mag-niche specialization when it comes to Google Ads. So, yeah. Yun lang naman, guys. I hope I was able to show you exactly how appeals work. Sayang wala tayong actual appeals na ginawa na buong actual appeal. Mahaba-haba din kasi yun. Pero that's technically how I do my appeals, and I hope this video helped you in knowing more about what is Google Ads, appeals, and suspension. Thank you so much, and thank you for watching.